George, you've been, even prior to being director of international basketball, you were a traveler, a world traveler. You've been to nearly everywhere in the world. Do you have a favorite destination?
Yeah, I have some favorite destinations, and I have some destination points that I want to touch before I die. So let's take the latter. I've always had it in my mind that before I die, I wanted to have set foot on every continent in the world. And so I just have Antarctica and Australia left, and I will have set foot on every continent.
You've never been to Australia?
No, which is funny because I've had a number of opportunities to go, and I never have. But I'll get those knocked out here in the next 12, 15 months.
Antarctica I can understand, but Australia I would think that...
Well, Antarctica's really not that difficult because you can fly into Chile and take the boat across to Antarctica.
Yeah, but I mean, who cares?
I know, but you're right.
What are you going to do when you get there?
You get on the boat and come right back. And the first one, my favorite places, I would say probably two. I'll give a city or I'll give you two. Probably a country and a city. The country would be Italy. It's hard to go there to get a bad meal. It's a great place to shop. I love to listen to Italians speak. They have, that musical way of communicating with each other. There's nothing that I can think about Italy that I didn't like when I went to, whether it's Milan or Venice or Rome or Bologna, great restaurant city. But my other favorite destination point was Johannesburg, as people say today, Joburg.
Wow.
It was a great revelation for me, this trip to Africa. I got this to see where Mandela was incarcerated. We went to the Apartheid Museum, and it was one of the more emotional experiences that I've ever had. Jack, by the time we were halfway through the Apartheid Museum, I was filled with rage, and I had to sit down and collect myself. I thought people took beatings in the South here during the Civil Rights movement, but the beatings those people took were incredible. I never saw man's inhumanity to man like it was displayed there, and
I have similar feelings when I go to the Holocaust Museum.
Yes, so right, we can both identify with it. So that was the difficult part, and then we went over to Soweto, and it was very depressing to see the lifestyle of the people who live there, living in little tin huts and no running water, no bathrooms and that. But the thing that stood out in my mind was that they still carried themselves in a positive, upbeat manner, always had a smile and that, and it was almost like that they didn't know that they were poor. I never forget, we went over there and we took some NBA players on this particular trip. And so when we got off the bus in Soweto, which is a huge segregated, basically what we call a ghetto here, and when the door opened, I'll always remember this. The first thing a little black kid said that was standing outside the bus is, "Which one's Jordan?" And then to cap it off, we went on from there to Cape Town, and we had a marvelous trip. But that was my first and only opportunity to visit Africa, and I'll take those memories with me to my grave.